All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, our wonderful people. Welcome to the program. We are definitely happy to have you guys here today. As always, help us to share and like and subscribe and do all those things that you need to do so this message can get across. We do want to thank our newcomers. We see you, subscribing and making comments. We appreciate you. We are in a fight for our lives. Not just for our lives, also for the lives of our children.
Mhm.
So, and you have a role to play. So do not feel defeated. Do not feel, what can I do? Do not feel, oh, the so-called prayer I thought I was doing is no longer working. There is something on the table that can be done. We are not fighting a blind fight. Our good Lord went ahead 20 something years ago and set our brothers on a system that will liberate us. It's only for us to now key in and
Mhm.
understand those steps so that we can get home and get home fast. So, welcome to the program. Before I get talking, take off and go to the other side, I'll allow my sister to introduce herself. My name is Monachim Saga, also known as Ali Bualan Nambualan. So, welcome to the program.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you, our viewers. And my name is Ekwi for short. Eputosina. Eputosinam. Eputosina mmadụ ibe gị. Eputosina ndị Igbo. Eputosina ndị Africa. Yes, sorry, I'm not transcribing that. Ask Google. Thank you. If you're seeing this video for the first time, like my sister said, you're welcome. You're highly welcome. This is a one-stop show for all your self-determination and liberation needs. Anything you need to know about your people, why they are in the situation they are, all the indigenous peoples, you will get that information here. And we're not stopping there. We also present the solution, the only solution on the table. You see, lamentation is not a strategy. Being angry, being emotional, sentimental, shouting, lamenting, that's not a solution. There is a solution on the table, step by step. And if you stick with us from the beginning of this show to the end, you will begin to understand where we're going as a people, as a continent. Thank you very much. Please continue to share. My sister will play music for us. Are we able to play our music?
Yes.
Okay. So the essence of the music is just to give our people a few minutes. Like some people might hear the music and say, "Oh, it's a music show." No, it's not music show. We just want to play it in the background while we share the video, invite our friends and let everybody know, and then greet our people also, because we have monetized our platform, and we have to welcome our members. So all the members of the Truth community, you're welcome. And as they arrive, we give a shout out to them one by one. So that's what we do here, because it is a teamwork and we're succeeding. Thank you. Yes, our brother IT Mamodu is here already. Thank you so much. You're welcome, sir. Venus is watching. Welcome, Nina Secretary. Thank you for coming. George Azamara, thank you. You're welcome. Ochiayato Ninadi, you're welcome. Thank you. Keep sharing, keep liking. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. We can listen to that song all day long. That's how good that's how good it sounds.
Mm.
All right, welcome to the program once again. We are excited to have you here as usual. Remember, you're a stakeholder in what we are doing. You're a stakeholder in this movement. You're not a spectator. You're not going to sit around and be calculating your retirement so that once other people get it done, then you will show up with your dollar because you're the only one that have the brain for business. Please find what you can do. There's so many things that we can do in this movement. So many things. If you don't have time, you can donate your treasure. If you don't have your treasure, you can be a source of information for other people. So there's so many ways. There are multiple of ways that we can mobilize help for this business. The most important is treasure. We gave it to church for years. We gave it to criminal pastors and that is hanging out with our politicians. We gave it to them for years and we didn't die. And now it has come time for our liberation. Nobody's asking, how is this being funded? Who is paying for this? How can I play a role? Some of us even went as far as playing roles for a criminal that came to claiming that he came to save us. When we, when you look deeper, because a lot of us weren't looking deeper, you can see that he came to steal from us. He wanted to be relevant to those that are running the hell called Nigeria. So finally, we have something that is out there, something that we have in the open for you to interrogate. Go see the work that has been done. Go and check it out. Be part of this so that you know where your money is going. All right. So welcome. Our topic is in order today because a lot of you are excited about going to the 2027 election because you're sent. Woo, the one that was sent by Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Woo, he's telling you guys to gear up for another round of menace, another round of torture, another round of, once he loses, he will tell you it's like a football game. You lose, you go home and you re-strategize. There they come again. So our topic today is collapsing the bridge to 2027 and ending the Fulani Menace and dismantling the no colonial machine. If you don't know what we are talking about, listen again. We have plenty of videos to back up what our argument for today so that you begin to get it. Because a lot of you think that this whole thing is about speaking English. How am I saying English? No. You have to be able to think deeper than that. According to AI, one of the most common reasons people bully others is because they feel insecure and they have low self-esteem. These individuals also feel inferior to others and they believe that by putting someone else down, they can elevate their own status. Across the vast landscape of Africa, from the rivers of the Niger Delta through the rolling hills of Tivaland to the bustling city of Yoruba land, we hear the cries of our people, crying in anguish. Villages are being burned, families are being displaced, communities are being left in ruins. The invaders are no longer faceless foreigners sailing from distant shores, but rather they are using people that look like you and me. They are using familiar faces. And we know one of them is the Fulani militant expansion that we see going on everywhere. These people are paid to destroy and displace and dominate our people. Meanwhile, when they see a very wonderful leader, one who wants to fight for his people, whenever they start calling you, as a matter of fact, we should know by now, whenever they start calling your name and coming for you, go and check that person is fighting for their people. Go and look at history. Every time you rise up to do what is right for your people, the criminal enterprise will begin to come after you and call you names. They will even set you up for so many things so that people will believe what they're saying. So we did see the same scenario when it comes to our brother, our President Ibrahim. Is a Traore. I can say his name correctly, right? We can see how
Yes.
they, huh?
Yeah.
I can
Ibrahim
see,
Tower, yes. You're
right.
right.
So we can see what they're saying about him and how they want to make him seem like the villain, that he's taking all the money to take care of himself, when we know all they're doing is causing wars in our land, so that while we're fighting each other, they have planes flying off of mud.
What?
Mud, we've seen that before. We've shown you guys
Yes.
in our video. Plane are flying off of mud. You think it needs a runway? No, not their helicopters.
Carrying resources from our land.
Carrying resources. They will bring in and drop in weapons, and
Mm,
then they will leave with our resources. The
mm.
videos are out there to prove it. So the indigenous peoples of Africa must wake up to this reality. We know that neo-colonialism is not a relic of the past, but rather is a living, breathing monster that is well coordinated with their ruthless campaign of intimidation, plunder, domination. They do so to engineer all of this so that they can maintain their hold on Africans' land and riches. Maybe answer the, hey, let me call you back. Let me call you back.
Please continue to share, continue to like and subscribe. This show is one-stop show for all your self-determination and liberation needs. We are here for you and we work together as a team. Thank you.
Right. I'm sorry, my people. Something is, since we keep talking, let me answer this person because they've never called me back and forth like this. I don't know if something is.
Okay, please. So we're continuing. This is introduction. We are telling us about that no matter what it is, once you see them, they begin to talk like, "Oh, what of this? The resources, the resources. Oh, Ibrahim Traore using the gold to protect himself, using the gold. Are you kidding me? He's protecting himself for his people, and his people are happy with the work he's doing. No, they will come. All the time that people are stealing and doing all the nonsense that we're doing, they didn't see it. It's now they will come. He's protecting himself and his people from Western invaders and bullies. What is wrong about that? And we're saying that all the indigenous people, like my sister was saying, must understand that neo-colonial project is about bullying the people. It's about stealing the resources, controlling the resources of the indigenous peoples of Africa. And you must arise. We must arise. Okay, my sister, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. So, under the banners of European empire, the two wave of colonizers came to kill, steal, and destroy. They tore apart our civilization. They desecrated our land. They leave scars all over that we still feel today in our continent. So, when we grow some resistance, they will come up with all manner of strategy to make sure that it doesn't take off. They traumatize our people. They take our resources. They give us puppet government that we know that is not there for us. Currently, the weapon of choice in our modern era is by proxy. What do I mean? They handpick people, political puppets, religious leaders, tribal figureheads, those that are willing to trade the freedom of Africans for their personal gains. And we see that all over. They will get the worst of us, they will enrich them, even here in America. They will get someone that doesn't know their left from right, make them tell us they're rappers, and now we have to follow them. The same thing, they come to our land. You look at all these so-called rich men in our land. When you see them speak, you can tell there's no way with that their level of existence.
Itiboliboness. Their level of itiboliboness. Ask Google.
There is no way. There is no way. They put all these people in place so that you will be forced to be, should I say, abandon who you are as a person and follow their way of life. And we know what these men and women have done in our land. These collaborators have a single purpose. They came to terrorize our community into submission. They came to dismantle whatever we have going on for us. They came to strangle our economies without any chain. You won't see it, but they're there controlling everything. They came to suspend the rule of law because you still don't have rule of law and replace it to fear. Therefore, we are asking you guys today that the so-called bridge to 2027 is nothing but a carefully laid up trap. And they will use your sin to, they might even bring Jesus Christ of Nazareth. It's nothing but to put you much deeper into bondage. It's never going to be easier. If you wait, we warned you guys when Tinubu was coming on. If you allow him to come on, a child that was born the day Tinubu came in will be 8 years by the time he's done raping us. If you bring another buffoon, it will be 16 years of wasted life because we choose to do the right thing. So it's not enough to resist passively.
If you chose not to do the right thing, because who refused to do the right thing? He said we chose to do the right thing.
Oh, we refuse to do that.
Because we refuse to do the right
We
thing.
refuse to do the right thing, right? We refuse to do the right thing, my dear. I'm running from pillar to post today. All right. So today we are going to again present the problems to you guys, and then we'll conclude with the solution. There's always a solution on the table. The question then is that, are you paying attention? Do you know what they are? Do you know how we can make it happen? Do you know how we can end? We told you guys last week that we can end this mayhem happening in Nigeria yesterday, not even today. 25 years ago, we could have ended all of this.
Yes.
So I will pull up the first video of the day while my sister add.
Yes, the first video of the day is our sister talking about what is happening in Burkina Faso. Because like we told you, the entire Africa is the same problem. Whether the Fulani terror machinery, these political rogues, political merchants, or religious criminals, or some traditional rulers, they have only one interest: to continue the terror going on in Africa, to continue the state capture, to continue the suspension of rule of law, like my sister said, in Nigeria, and of course the economic strangulation and oppressing the people. Why the people are so poor then they will be doing what they're doing, and they know what they're doing. So this video, our sister is saying we must end this colonial project and all the colonial systems so that African resources can work for the indigenous peoples of Africa. The resources belong to Africa. So why is it that African people are poor? So it doesn't make sense. We must end this colonial structure and the systems, wipe away all the systems so that the resources will begin to work for us. Thank you.
United States is coming for Captain Ibrahim Traore, and this time it looks like it's serious. It looks like they want to take it far, because this is coming from the head of the United States Africa Command, who is General Michael Langley. He accused Ibrahim Traore of the unthinkable. He accused the president of Burkina Faso of using the country's gold reserves for personal protection rather than for the benefit of its people. And we all know this is far from the truth. But unfortunately, we've seen the script before. Try to think harder. You don't even need to think hard. Try to think of this exact script. A black man in the US that has power, declaring that an African leader is being shady or is doing something that he's not supposed to, taking out the resources and benefiting himself without really benefiting the people that he's supposed to serve. Have you read the script before? I'm sure it came to you. Do you remember what Obama did to the Libya president Muammar Gaddafi? You do remember, right? That time we failed Gaddafi as a people because we believed some of the hype. We were bamboozled as well as the people of Libya. But now in 2025, we know better. I hope the Western world knows that we know better now. It's not going to happen on our watch, especially under the Burkinabe people's watch, because they have shown nothing but respect, love, admiration for their leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore. When there happens to be a coup, they're always there surrounding his house, trying to protect their leader because they know what he's doing for them. And we're going to go through what he has done for them, and what the US is accusing Ibrahim Traore of is BS, and we're going to discuss that. But first, let's address what just happened a day ago. Burkina Faso has officially made a statement about another coup that happened in their country. Guess when this happened? When Michael Langley was talking about how Ibrahim Traore is misusing the country's gold. First, watch what Langley said. We'll come back and discuss.
I can imagine a situation, though, in which the ruling elite of a country is receiving gratuities on the side that inure to the benefit of the strongman leader and not to the populace of the country. Does that sort of corruption and bribery go on with regard to the Belt and Road?
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime.
You heard that. He is saying this in front of the US Senate. He is telling his people that there's a threat somewhere in Africa, in Burkina Faso. They have gold, and that gold is being misused by their leader, Ibrahim Traore. Mind you, we know the reality. Mind you, what is happening on the ground is far from that. But that's what they're saying, and that's what they're talking about on their mainstream medias, and that's what they're pushing to the world. We're not going to fall for this again. Believe me. Watch what Burkina Faso said about the recent coup.
Burkina Faso's military government said on Monday that it had foiled a major plot to overthrow the country's junta leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore. Security Minister Mahamadou Sana said on state television that plotters included current and former soldiers and terrorist leaders. They had planned to swarm the presidential palace on April 16. This is just the latest attempt to overthrow Ibrahim Traore after he seized power in the 2022 coup. His military government had pledged to fight jihadist groups and had even sought support from Russia, but security threats persist and 40% of the country remains under jihadist control. Mahamadou Sana said that the coup attempt aimed to sow total chaos and place the country under the supervision of an international organization. He also claimed that the plot instigators are based in Ivory Coast. Last week, Burkinabe authorities had already arrested several military personnel accused of planning to destabilize the government.
Do not pay your next car insurance bill. Repeat, do not pay your bill yet.
So I found this website and look at the difference.
271.
All right, we'll stop this video here. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you see what we're saying. You see, this is not the time to be ignorant. That's why we do what we do, to get all the information. Because we hear people go online, even journalists, people like El Rufai, they say things they don't understand. They are supposed to know, but they behave as if they don't know that we are in a dire situation as Africans. We are in a place where our resources have not been working for us. And we are trying to transit from that place of underdevelopment to development. We have resources. The resources are not working for the people. And we are going to end colonialism completely, neo-colonialism, to end it completely so that power will return to the people. So there's another video we're going to play from our brother from Ghana. He's saying that the greatest peace African march should be conducted in support of Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso and of Burkina Faso. Now, not later. That we're not going to sit down until they buy another person. Then we start shouting. We were here, Thomas Sankara happened. And all the things that have been happening in Africa. We have the population. We have the youth. We have the resources. Why can't we stand? Thank God that we have social media today. We cannot allow them to do that again. Enough. Enough. We want peace. We want all this nonsense destabilization of Africa. Everyone, speak to your misguided government. Anybody listening to us anywhere in the world, go and speak to your crooked diplomats. We know what they're doing. We now understand. And everybody on social media, please stop being ignorant. Stop saying things you don't understand. There is information now. Google, research. So that when you are talking to our people, you will be saying facts. You will not be just saying something to create context so that you have followership and then have money. That is blood money. And there are consequences. People are dying. Our children are dying. We are in a dire situation. We must collectively work against neo-colonial projects in Africa. Anywhere you find it, the Black nation must arise. Enough. We have tolerated transatlantic slave trade. We have tolerated colonialism. Now we are in neo-colonial projects. Neo-colonialism. We are saying this must end. We are human beings. We are not animals. Enough. We give birth to children and they hunt them down like animals. And you are there drinking tea, having fun, doing birthday parties, and call yourself that you're a billionaire, you're whatever. You stink. And mind you, everything you're doing on social media is being recorded. Your children and grandchildren will grow up to see that when we are trying to fight for our land and our lives, that you did nothing. You're on social media celebrating birthday. Posterity will judge all of you. Don't say you were not warned. Let's listen to our brother. Thank you.
Lumumba of Congo was assassinated by the CIA and the Belgian government in 1961. We were not. We weren't born when Kwame Nkrumah was removed in a coup by the same CIA in 1966 on his trip to Vietnam. When Thomas Sankara was assassinated by France and his right-hand man in 1987 in Burkina Faso, we were very, very young. And even when Muammar Gaddafi of Libya was brutally unalived in 2011 by NATO, we were uninformed and thought it was for the good of Africa. Do you know what's common between Lumumba and Nkrumah, they were seen too close to Russia. It was a threat to the West. Today, in our own eyes, they are coming again to remove another great African. Captain Ibrahim Traore is seen too close to Putin of Russia and must therefore be removed. That's the agenda, ladies and gentlemen. This time, with all the information we have as Black Africans, what are we going to do about it? How will history remember us? What will we say when history talks about our generation? Did we put up a fight? Did we stand up? Did we say something, or did we look the other way, thinking it was too far away from our doors? Ladies and gentlemen, that time is here to stand for something. France and the US government have decided to take down Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso by any means necessary. What's your stand on this matter? Can't we, as the people of Africa, throw the biggest continental march or demonstration ever in support of our brother from Ghana, South Africa, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Gambia, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Cameroon to Ethiopia? Can't we put together a simultaneous march on the same day across the continent of Africa in support of this young hero? I believe we can, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing should stop us. And I believe we can start discussing this in the comment section, if that's something you would like to see. You see, we were not.
We can begin to talk. We can begin to speak. You can't keep quiet until it happens. And they say, I don't know. You are not permitted not to know. This is era of information. This is the era of you must know. Google. The phone in your hand, use it. Even if you do not go to school. Use it, search, and get information. You cannot afford not to know. It's a crime for any African not to know. You must know. Ignorance is no man's excuse.
Nope.
You must know, especially if you're a parent. Bringing children into this world is a crime for any African parent that has given birth to even just one child. Even if it's not your biological child, you have a child that you're a guardian to. It's a crime for you not to know what is happening. For you not to know what happened before, what is currently happening, and where they're going. This colonial project, this neo-colonialism must come to an end. We're bringing you Nina's video because, like we said, here we don't lament. Here we show you what the problem is, connect the dots for you so that it will make sense to you, and then we'll show you the solution. And then explain to you why that can be the only solution. That's why that's the only solution. This warning that we're about to play came 2022, before 2023, to Nigerians. They were saying, we are going to vote, we are going to vote. Election. You were warned. Severally, we have a lot of videos, Ninas, Daughters of Truth, and other well-meaning people out there telling us that if you do not change the system, you are only playing in the hands of these people. But you know what? The Church of Nigeria forced their followers to go and get PVC. They are ignorant followers.
They did.
They acted like Judas goats. Google what is Judas goat. That's what your church leaders are. Paul Enenche, Adeboye, Oyedepo, Woro, whatever they call themselves. I can't even pronounce their names because their name, they are evil. Some will come shouting. We were with them one-on-one. Paul Enenche and Becky Enenche, our team sat down with them one-on-one, telling them what to do to deliver their own people. This Paul Enenche that is shouting on social media now and talking nonsense.
Can you imagine?
They ran away. They had the details. They are medical doctors, for crying out loud. So it's not like they did not understand. They understood. But you know what? What they will benefit? They are benefiting from the old structure.
Yep.
Structure that is oppressing the people. They are benefiting from that. Our brother Obi Ukwama said, throughout history, they have always used fellow Africans, traitors, to destroy Africa. Yeah, it's normal. they will always use people inside. Even if it's white people, any system that you're trying to fight against another system, it is people in that system, they will penetrate the system and use it. So it's not an African thing. It's always like that. Any system that you want to pull out, the enemy will come, infiltrate your own system and use your own people from inside. So it's not an African thing. It's not black man thing. It's not black woman thing. The system, Africans are colonized. For them to do what they're doing, they must come inside the system, infiltrate the system. But there is a solution today. This can end because now we can think, we can talk, we can get information. We are able, the Bible says, by their fruit you shall know them. We are able to know them. We are able to see where they're going and know them. Are we still not doubting that Fulani terrorists are here to kill us? Are we still doubting that? Is that not obvious? So we are seeing our enemy inside us, koro. So what is stopping us from doing the right thing? We have no excuse. So our brother, Reverend Salami, thank you, sir. God bless you, sir. So please continue to share and like and subscribe. We will continue this conversation after playing this video. Thank you.
Next in the series of the urgent alerts is the question of just letting everybody know that there's no Nigeria still in place for anyone to govern after the current round. I repeat, for the people rushing toward 2023 election, there is no Nigeria still in place for anyone to govern under that constitution that has been defeated. What it means is this. Like you are all familiar with lands and title deeds, the document that makes the land yours. The constitution is the title deed. The 1999 constitution is the current title deed by which the entirety of the Nigerian territory is held together as one political union upon which a government is anchored, and all of what that government does and the states created and the exclusive list and every provision you see, the ownership structures created, everything you know as Nigeria, the military, the police, the electoral process, and all the institutions of state that you know, the local government areas, and all the rights and boundaries for where one begins and who takes what, who brings what, the tenure of everything. Everything you know as Nigeria. The definition of Nigeria is that constitution. The title deed by which people can sit in Abuja and be doing things in Port Harcourt to allot, to seize the port of Port Harcourt and allot to Dangote and his Intel's associates, to seize the port of Lagos and allocate to Atiku and his Intel's associates, to seize the port of Lagos and allocate to Dangote, or to seize the oil and gas of Niger Delta to allot to Dangote to refine for them in Lagos, when others cannot be part of all of that, to seize the limestone of Benue to allot to a Fulani fellow to become the richest man in Africa. Those are the things that that title deed. When you hear that the constitution is the title deed, it is the right of the owner of the estate to do with it as he pleases. That is what the Fulani is doing with your oil and gas in Niger Delta, is doing with your port in Lagos, is doing with your bitumen in Ondo, is doing with your limestone in Benue. But, and that's a big but here now, that title deed receives its life from the claim that we authorize it in the preamble that says, we the people have solemnly resolve to live in unity as individual. That claim is coming from the mouth of the Yoruba, who are now complaining, the mouth of the Ijaw, who have been complaining, the mouth of the Igbo, who have been complaining, the mouth of the Fulani, of the thief, who are being slaughtered. That claim that they submit themselves into this union is the authorization for that title deed, is the signature sustaining that title deed. And the further claim, both of them falls, of therefore we make and enact, give unto ourselves the following constitution. That is, that we have agreed to be in one political union, and that we have also written the articles to govern that political union. That's what that constitution, that's what makes that constitution the kind of title deed we're talking about. If anything happens to that title deed, like a landowner that loses his title deed or gets the title deed invalidated, we have stepped forward, the owners of the sovereignties that are detained here, the Yoruba as Yoruba in Yoruba land, the Ijaw as Ijaw on Ijaw land, the right to self-determination, which is an incident of their sovereignty, is what Nina has rallied them to exercise together. Because we say positively that we have not met. The proof of what we are saying is also in that constitution. Let the lawyers in the land be confronted by whoever is desirous of finding out. The decree number 24 by which that constitution was imposed is printed by error in the constitution itself. Absalom Abaka telling the story of how he came about the document. He said he formed a committee that went around and came back to him, and he now added and subtracted and declared what is left to be called the 1999 Constitution. That is the full story of the document. He left an instruction in subsection 3, section 1 of that decree number 24 of 1999. The instruction is that that decree should not be printed, should not be seen by anybody, so that nobody will ever know this dubious source of that constitution. But because that decree was printed inside the constitution, it's still there. If you go out to the traffic now to buy a copy of the Constitution of 1999, you will see that decree number 24. Then you compare the story of Absalom there and that false claim in the preamble. That was what we took to court in 2007 to say we did it to invalidate that constitution on the grounds of legitimacy. It's not the legality for the lawyer, for the mediocre lawyers that are all over the place that are saying the document is not legal. The document is legal, but it's not legitimate. And it is that legitimacy that is more important than legal, because it can only become legal if it is first legitimate. If we made it, if we didn't make it, then we don't have no constitution. That's what we are saying. We're only tolerating it for the sake of peace, for the sake of, avoiding anarchy, because anarchy may come if we don't manage it the way we're managing it. But let nobody think it's going to remain like this. It wasn't like this 20 years ago. It wasn't like this 10 years ago. It wasn't like this 5 years ago, that people are now challenging everything in every part. And we have organized them to be able to do it conclusively, because it is their right that is inalienable. It's called the right to self-determination. That is their right to live in their spaces unhindered, undisturbed by anybody. The Yoruba will have that right, the Ijaw will have that right, all of those, and it's inalienable. And we have organized them to be able to exercise it at this time in rejection of that imposition by this caliphate that imposed that constitution. And so what we're telling us now is that whether people listen or they don't, because some will think, oh, if we can get to election, then Ninas has failed or Tony has failed. You fail it. We just laugh at you, because you are going to find out the hard way that there's no Nigeria to govern by the time you get to that other end. Therefore, all the way to when the election happens, we are going to carry on. We are going to carry on with what we're doing everything we can to stop, to finalize the return of the sovereignty of the people that are hijacked here by that constitution. You can get to the election itself, and the dynamics of this debate will have gotten so bad that the election will collapse on the head of those organizing it. You can get to the day you say you've finished the election, you've sworn in the winner. As long as that winner is swearing to defend and uphold that fraud of 1999 that has my signature, he won't be allowed to enjoy the benefits of that title deed under that instrument. Whatever be the nature of the fight, there's no war for the people who will be frightening other people that war will come. War between who and who? Look at this map again. Nobody from this alliance territory is going to be in any war with anybody in that alliance. Let it be clear. If there's going to be any fight, it will be between all of the owners of Nigeria and the invaders, the Fulani that are invading, aided by our illicit federal government. Let it be clear. Look at the map again. So there's no war that is coming anywhere. If you insist that that forged instrument, that fraud is basis of union, at a time the owners of the land have said it is no longer basis for them, and went to solemn assemblies to do so, and you think you have become stronger than all of them to now go to government house and swear to defend and uphold their enslavement, they are going to challenge you. They are going to challenge you the day after. So it doesn't matter that you wobble on and get to some kind of vote and announce some kind of result. The morning after the entire shenanigans, you are going to come face to face with the owners of the land that are saying this title deed can no longer be basis of you coming to operate in my space. That is the issue we're trying to resolve now. And it is in that light that we are reminding the owners of the land, those who are being confused now by the noise of election, come for PDP or APC or ABGA or Young People's Party, these are all distractions being thrown at you by people who are determined to take your land. And it is your choice to remain indolent and not take that land now that we have defeated the fake title deed, the bogus title deed called the 1999 Constitution. What we have done in the last 22 years has defeated that document. It is up to you to step forward and take your land right now and become the owner, begin to repair the damage of Nigeria that's been over there over 100 years in your space. If you don't, and you allow them to go.
Okay, so we'll stop this video here. We'll play it a little bit later.
Yes. You can hear all this information got to your church leaders and your P2B and all of them. They were warned. They knew this. But what did they do? They chose to lead the people to go and collect plastic PVC in a battle that the enemy has AK-47, and it is the one organizing the election with AK-47 on the head of anybody that will do otherwise. They were told that that's not the right step to take. But they went ahead. They say PVC. They even have PVC Sunday. When we tell you that the church is part of what is happening to you, that is why we pulled out of church. I don't go to church anymore because that institution is a colonial structure. It is not for my people. Eventually, we're going to play a video for you so that you understand. I cannot be sponsoring an institution that is set against my people. That is stupidity. And my mother did not give birth to a stupid child. What is happening now? Nigeria has been conquered. What is left? Nothing is left. Somebody sent me a picture where they put, well, they will keep our people in front. This inhuman beast, we shoot their head and they fall in. They fall into they brought a truck of people, one by one, with their hands tied together. They come in Nigeria as we speak. They shoot their head and they fall in head into the well that they're falling into. This is going on. What is Adeboye doing? Having fun with his private jet and his children. What is Paul and Nenche, Becky and Nenche? What are they doing? Adeboye, Abiyoye, what are they doing? Preaching to you that Jesus hates you if you're poor. That's the type of thing you hear coming from them. We tell you people, they are not serving the God that created the universe. What the God they are serving is the idol from Europe and Mammon from USA. See what is happening. And we told you that the 1999 Constitution is the reason the Fulanis are invading you. Because that is the Fulanis conquest too. If he doesn't go down, there's nothing that will free you. you must be part of what is going on. You must be part of what I'm talking. Look at this picture that is up here. The Fulani terrorist. He said at least 160 villagers reported taken in deadly raid. This is just small. We must collapse the bridge to 2027 election and crush this menace. Fulani is the one executing this agenda. This video we're about to play, you will hear first-hand reports. They didn't start in Nigeria. They did it in Central Republic. They chased them out. They tried it in Ghana. They chased them out. So people that are saying Fulani must go, they're not playing. But we want to give you a little history of how these people arrived here and how our people have been pushing back all these years. But some colonial monsters, the Western colonialists, keep empowering them. Our brother Obi Ukwama said Christianity is just there to water the ground for foreigners to rip off the black race. Exactly. We told you that they have a religion which they used to make the people gullible. Then the colonial monsters will enter. The Western colonialists used Christianity as a colonial tool. We are not saying there was no Messiah. We are not saying that Yeshua HaMashiach, a Jewish man, a black man, did not exist. That's not what we're saying, because we have enough evidence, enough history. It's just like how we are fighting now. 1,000 years after, somebody will say there was no Eputos. Eputos never existed. That's not possible, because there will be families that will say she existed. So we are not saying that he never existed. We are saying that the Europeans got hold of the Bible, corrupted it, and used it to like mesmerize our people, to make our people gullible. The same way the Arab is using Quran and Muhammad to destroy the northerners. So when they come, they say, and that's how the Hausas didn't understand what Fulani was doing when they came in, because they were telling them we are worshiping one God. Islam is our religion. So the same way okay, sorry, I don't know what happened. So the same way Britain came from the south, imposing Christianity, corrupted version. Because just like you see Hausa coming out to say we are not Fulanis, to clarify, we expect the so-called Christians, because me, I have pulled out, like I said, we expect them to come and say, okay, we are not part of it. This is what we're doing. But if you continue to defend the evil that we're seeing Korokoro with our eyes, we will chase all of you away from our land. We don't care. So how did this happen? In 1804, that was when Fulani people arrived. They overran the Hausa territories. The people that you currently have, we call the 12 Sharia states in the north. That's in northwest, I believe. 12 Sharia states, contiguous. They conquered them. Those are saying the Hausa is not conquered. They are conquered. It's only now they're trying to liberate themselves. And you will hear the audio of this lady so that you will know. But they came in softly, thinking like, oh, we are together with you. We are worshiping God. Because we told you they use religion as a colonial tool, all of them. Whether Christianity, whether Islam, they use them as colonial tools. We are not saying you should now go and start worshiping Mami Water and start killing goats and putting blood everywhere on the road. Must you worship something? Can't you stay in your house and read Bible? Must you look for something to do sacrifice? Black man, you don't need all that. Please stay one side, please, so that we'll fight this battle and finish it. So when they arrived in 1804 in this place, they couldn't conquer the Kanuri, the northeast. That's the side of Borno, northeast. But they had kind of arrangement with them, kind of alliance, like rational government. I lead, you lead, I lead, you lead. But that of the Hausa, they conquered those one completely. Kanuri, they were kind of doing arrangement. That's why you see from time to time, they bring in Kanuri man to come and be president of Nigeria. But it's Fulani through and through. Now, when they continued that jihad, they got to Middle Belt, the land of the indigenous people of Tiv land. That was where they killed Usman Dan Fodio. That's the first caliph, that's head of caliphate. Because his caliphate, they want to enthrone. They want to destroy all your traditional settings and everything and take over so that everywhere will be under the caliphate. So that's when they killed Usman Dan Fodio in Middle Belt. That's why they're not forgiving them. That's why you see them killing them the way they're killing them. These people are unforgiving. Then in 1966, in Zogu, the youth, the young military officers that came together that saw what was going on because they got some military intelligence. They killed Ahmadu Bello, which is the second caliph. That's they broke the backbone of this thing, conquest agenda that you're seeing, because that was what happened. Now, they killed that Ahmadu Bello. Go and check information. We are not there. Go and research. You will see what we're saying. Now, after that, they started trying to break the backbone of Middle Belt and Yoruba. Yoruba land, that's the Kwara, Ilorin, they took that land. It's the conquest coming. Like we said, it's no religious battle, it's ethnic cleansing. Now, Buhari is the third Fulani leader. He came 2015. Remember how Buhari tried severally to win? He even cried to the extent of using handkerchief to cry until when he lost. Why was he so passionate about coming? Because of this Fulani agenda. They are together. So, but what did Buhari do? Buhari opened the borders of Nigeria to Fulani invaders, brought them in, and gave them visa on arrival. Now, people will think that visa on arrival, they're no more hearing it, is alive and well. Do you know what they now did? They now built a different structure at Abuja. They recruited new immigration officers that will now be online, giving visa on arrival 247 to Fulanis. So you might not be seeing them physically at the borders. They are receiving the visa on arrival 247 online. This thing now they're resuming this month, as I'm telling you. So it's not something that we will stay with them and be having arrangement. When we talk, Erufai will talk. When we talk, this person will talk. We don't have time for that type of arrangement because our children coming tomorrow might not be as resilient as we are to fight these monsters. That is why we must end this battle today. We're not leaving it for tomorrow. We are ending it today. Listen to our sister. Thank you.
Anymore. Stop praying behind the Fulani scholars. Stop respect Fulani traditional ruler. They are all Boko Haram leader. To be frankly with you, let me tell you something, Nigerian. Badar Abubakar, Minister of Defense, he is a terrorist. He is a terrorist. Nuhu Ribadu is a terrorist. Balla Matawalle, former Gwamna of Zamfara, is a terrorist. El-Rufai, Atiku Abubakar, Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, Sunusi Lamido Sunusi, Sila Lamido, Gumi, Pantami, Abdallah Gadankaya, Yahaya Jingir, Mansur Sokoto, all of them supporting this terrorist activity, which Fulani doing now. To be frankly with you, those people carrying gun around Nigeria, they are not a real terrorist. A real terrorist is Shaitan of Sokoto. If we want peace in this country, we have to catch them. As they catch Balla Badejo, Mieta Allah leader. He's in prison now. But he's a little leader. If we want peace in this country, so we have to catch Shaitan of Sokoto or Sultan of Sokoto. He is a big leader of terrorists in this country. If we want peace in this country, we have to catch Tahir Bauchi, Azazagi, Kariballah, Yahya Jingir, Gumi. If we want peace, if we want peace in Nigeria, we have to catch these people. Seriously. All of them are terrorists. They are the leader of Boko Haram. Yes. They are the leader of Boko Haram. Who is Boko Haram? Buba Maro Metesini, who's unalive millions of Hausa people. I was a little girl. Many of them, you don't know about him. Buba Maro Metesini, he is a Fulani man. Sheikh Shagari brought him to Nigeria. He is in Cameroon. More than 2 million houses. Buba Maromet is in and alive them. He used a religion. Hausa people, we have to wake up. Do not let anyone to use a religion to deceive you.
Everybody
They don't care about religion, Fulani. They don't have religion. They don't have religion. As they don't have land, they don't have culture, they don't have clothes, they don't have dignity. They are gypsy. So why you let this gypsy to deceive you? Hausa people, we have great history. We are nice people. We are very peaceful people. Stop marry Fulani women. And thank you, because I heard a lot of good news. Thousands of Hausa people divorce Fulani women.
Yes.
It really makes me happy. Thanks, Hausa people. Thank you, Hausa people. You make me happy. Because we don't want any children between Hausa and Fulani. We don't like them. We are clean, nice people. We don't want to mix our blood with the evil people. Look at them. Hausa people, do you remember when Fulani burned 42 houses in the bus? No one single Fulani say anything about it.
Nope.
Do you remember?
Nope.
One Fulani unalive 200 Hausa Muslim in the mosque during Friday prayer. Do you remember one Fulani unalive Hausa Christian in the churches in Kaduna State? No one say anything about it.
They will never say that.
How about Jos? How about Benue? How about Taraba? How about Kaduna, Southern Kaduna? Fulani unalive people day and night. No one say anything. So our life have no value? This is question for Nigerian people. My name, Alumbaji Tami.
Hi guys, you've all heard it now. As you can see, the Hausa people are saying the Fulanis should leave their land.
They should though. They should. We are so glad that they're waking up. We are so glad that they're delineating and calling whoever out there that's supposed to be, who, identify them as who they are. Because we get confused when you mix ajana, gari, and beans and everything else. You can't even eat it, because then there's so many distortion inside the food. So it's about time they call these people out, identify them for who they are, understand that they are not for them, and ensure, like she said, not even mixing their blood with them. Because these people are actually, they are things, because they cannot be human. These things they are just invading. They will come for you like virus everywhere. They will eat you alive. So the sooner we disconnect with them, the sooner we identify them. Kudos to our people, because we've been shouting about this for the past 5 years. For us to all sing the same song, Fulani is the problem. Fulani is the problem. They don't have any land in Nigeria. They came from the forest. There's no need. There's no reason for them to be at the helm of affairs, directing our lives. There's no need for it at all. So thank you, sisters. Continue to do the work. By the way, we do have food soldiers all over the place that sends us information about what's going on in the land. We thank you guys for the work that you're doing. Be courageous. Continue to do what you do, because this is for the lives of our children and the future ones. So well done. Go ahead, sister.
Yes, my dear. So the indigenous peoples of Hausa land are saying Fulani invaders must go. Fulani terrorists must go. Enough that they've killed their people. That is enough. And like my sister said, we are very happy with what is going on, because you need to name your problem, identify your problem. Lamentation, like we said, is not a solution. There is an action. There are little action that you can take, like what you said, not marrying them anymore. Because you cannot be marrying your enemy. It's just like the black people trying to marry their white colonizers.
Yeah.
You continue to do that. Are you out of your mind? What are you doing? People colonized you, you marry them, then give birth to their children. What, you are closing up your lineage and you're preparing your old age. It's only God that knows what you're preparing. So people must be strategic. People must take strategic action. It's not time for lamenting and crying. And one of such strategic actions that we're talking about is collapsing the bridge to 2027 election. You can hear all the names this woman called in this video. El Rufai. These are all the people, article. These are all the people that your people, P2B, and your politicians have not been with. That's why we tell you that the politicians are together. The church leaders are with them. Traditional leaders are with them. All the people working and supporting 1999 Constitution, which is the tool the Fulani is using to come in and invade our land, they are on one side. You that need to be killed and destroyed, you're on one side. You cannot mix together. You're different. One wants to end colonialism. One wants to make sure that it doesn't go down because it favors them. But 2027 election, like we won in 2023 election, is that bridge they are using to go and do what they're doing. And 1999 Constitution is that bridge. What will you do to the bridge? Bring it down. Like you see this video we're about to play, you're going to play is a short clip, but look at it. See what happened. This bridge was posing was a danger, posing a danger to the communities. One person did the right thing, broke that bridge that needs to go down. That is why we're saying collapse the bridge to 2027 election to crash fraud of 1999. Watch and see. Thank you.
My people, make una see as this woman take save one community. She no dey comfortable with the way people take dey risk their life dey pass this bridge. She just carry stone say make she kukuma break everything down. Make una see as immediately she put the last stone, see as the bridge take scatter. And wow, God is wonderful. My people, make una see as this
wow.
It goes like,
can you imagine the disaster?
The disaster. It was, if all the people were on top of it, everybody would have gone down. So we must end this political system of if you fall for me, I fall for you. Because that's what they're doing. P2B, El Rufai, Atiku, Tinubu. Now you have seen that Tinubu has successfully removed, strangulated all the opposition, removed all of them. Even the governors that are in PDP and Labour are saying Tinubu. So Tinubu is going to return unopposed if you allow 2027 to go on. Because all the political parties know, and all the politicians and church leaders, all they know is if you give me, I give you. So if you give me money to buy private jets, I will make my church members to vote for you. So we must beat this colonial habit. We must return to the honorable, humane, communal habits of our great ancestors. We will use internet. We will use even their church. We will use internet. We use AI. We will use even Bible, Western education, everything. We will use them to our advantage. Why? We built them. Those things were built with our resources. So for those of you that when we say let's return to our ancestors, then return to our roots, you say, but you're using phone, but you're wearing jeans. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? We don't want people like this to be talking in public. We are returning to our roots, our identity. It has nothing to do with using phone or going to school. They're not connected.
Because you lack the capacity to build a phone. Because you lack the capacity to build it doesn't mean that I do.
Exactly.
You know? So it's you. You can't do it on your own. I can do it on my own, given what I know now.
Exactly. We're saying that our lands have been stolen, our resources stolen, our people being killed. And we need to go back to who we used to be, because when your identity is tied to your heritage and to your ancestral land, if you don't declare who you are, how will you have authority to the land that you're trying to claim? If you're a Nigerian, how can you come to my land Igbo land and claim it to be yours. I will chase you out. Identify yourself accurately so that we can link you to your ancestral land. If not, if you give, you're on your own. So we must not just celebrate Ibrahim Traore in Africa. We must reproduce and mass produce men that behave like him and think like him. We must empower those that already existed, because I know we have more in our land. We will empower them. We are going to dethrone all colonial puppets in our land, whether in the church altars, whether in religion, politics, traditional thrones in our midst. We are going to dethrone all of them. It's time to end colonialism and neo-colonialism. We cannot do this anymore. My brother said Fulani people have already captured Nigerian structures and using them for their structural violence against other Nigerians. Of course, it's obvious, that's what's going on. And then my sister pulled out something before this video. Yes, this I don't know if you saw it. It was a written thing. Is it up now? Okay, I can see what you pulled out. He said, journey to 2027 election needs to be wrecked on the account of the unitary constitution. Yes, from Ninas. You cannot proceed because each time you continue to go for election and allow them to carry on, they will give a fake impression that there's democracy going on. Meanwhile, there's no democracy going on. What is going on is state capture and economic strangulation of the people. So when you pull down that journey to 2027, when you pull it down, when you say no, we are not saying boycott. We are saying no. Let's stop this journey. Let's sit down and renegotiate the union, renegotiate our existence, so that we plan how we want to do it. Once you do that, you know what you're doing? You are toppling the colonial structures put in place to contain you. Because that 1999 constitution, that's why it's unitary constitution. They put it in place to tie you and your people down. Your hands are tied. You cannot do anything. Even in the face of danger, even in the face of death, you cannot do anything. When you pull that thing down, you know what else you're doing? The gun monopoly of Fulani terrorists will cease. Fulani, that the 1999 constitution is what gave them the guns they're using to kill you. That will end. Another thing that will end is the state capture. The state collapse. You will collapse the state capture because the politicians have captured Nigeria. If you end the journey to 2027 election, if you end 1999 constitution, you will collapse their state capture. You will end the economic strangulation they have over you. You will end politicians and their people that are robbing you on behalf of the Western colonizers. You will end the killing of African leaders who are working for the continent. You know what? You will return all stolen assets to real owners. The real owners, you and your children. And that is self-determination. Thank you. My sister is right.
And then the other point is that if you participate in the election, you're also giving them your blessing and your thumbprint to continue to torture you. So don't come crying, don't come praying, running mad, doing everything when you have given them the permission to continue raping you. Basically, that's what you did. So it's very, very important that you understand both issues on the table. If you vote for them versus if you don't vote for them. If you say no more election versus if you go and plan and get your plastic PVCs to fight those that came to conquer your land.
Continue to share, please. Continue to hit the like button so that the algorithm will allow the video to go around. We're trying to play a video from Nina's, because Nina's battle order to the peoples of Nigeria is the second segment of the first one that we played. It's that same video. So we'll start from 10:11. And then play to the end. Nina's battle order to the peoples of Nigeria, the indigenous people.
Sister, are you talking?
Yes, I'm talking. You can't hear me.
No, I'm sharing a video.
Uh-oh. Where am I? I can't see any video.
Not seen the video?
No, it's not put up yet. You still have
Asking
yes.
in my ears. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah. So please continue to share and hit the like button so that this information will get out to our people. Everybody's working hard, but we need to do it the right way so that people will not fall into pits. There are pits put in place by the enemy. We don't want you to fall into those pits. We want to get it right.
That has been over there over 100 years in your space. If you don't, and you allow them to go to election and pretend that they are still in place, of course, the ones they promised your land are hanging in the wings, trying to take the same land. So the land is your land, your sovereignty, everything that belongs to you is on the table for takes now. If you do not step forward now that Ninas is inviting everybody to come and take their own, if you get yourself distracted going towards election, and those people who are hanging in your forest now get to where they have the opportunity to take it by force, kill you, because they are pointing guns at you. You can't touch gun under that instrument they impose. That's the reason they are the only ones holding gun. The ones who are supposed to be stopping them are not stopping them because they are part of the scheme of how to hand your land over to them. So that is your situation. If you want to take back your land, this is the time to stand up and take it. If you are not taking it, those people that came from across the border, those Fulani that came from Senegal and Mali and everywhere, that are hanging in your forest, pretending to be herdsmen, they will take it. And then you have a new problem. Because if they already conquered you, and you are now struggling, nobody has conquered you now. They are still hanging on the land in the pretense that you approved. By way of that constitution, the title deed. We are pulling back our signatures. That document is dead. They know. That's why they have come to reconquer you, so that they can stand on the basis of that conquest on your land. Having been slowed down to this point, you have a chance to step forward now. If you listen to what Ninas is saying, your land will be back in your hand inside 2022. You don't even need to go to any 2023. But if you are not listening and you allow the renegades from the South and Middle Belt who are waving political party flag and inviting you to election of PVC plastic, whereas the people that are contending with you are waiting for you with AK-47. They are waiting for you, aiming at your land. You are aiming at going to sit in government house. They are aiming at taking your land, and you are just making yourself available, validating that journey. You are the one validating the journey for how they can succeed. All of those who are buying form to go and contest election, anybody who sees this video should send it to Peter Obi, who already told us that the problem Nigeria has to contend with now is the question of the engine that is knocked, not the driver that they have to find. What has changed for him to step forward now to say he's a better driver for all of us to hire?
Money.
The economics statistics that are being cited, how small money can be used to achieve big things, that is not the issue. That is not what is the issue now is the false claim that we are in a union. What is at issue is this attempt to exterminate the owners of the land and take their land. It is not economic statistics that will solve that problem. It is the recovery of sovereignty before we begin to talk about how to manage that sovereignty.
Right.
Like the engine and the driver. If we don't have an engine in the vehicle, what kind of work, what kind of driving, what kind of movement will take place if a better driver comes? But as it is, unfortunately, election is not what will solve the election, will compound the problem. And that's why we're trying to let all our brethren know that that is what they are dragging us into. It is the caliphate that has an interest in taking us to election. The outcome of that election, they are not counting votes with you. Did they win the election of 2015? Did they win the one in place now? Did they win the one of 2019? And what are you going to do if you submit yourself to a process and they now say they call the international committee together to say, oh, we have finished. This is the person who won. Is it at that time you now come and agree with us? If something snaps, all of those from the south, the same thing going to the ones in the southwest, the Tinubus and whoever else is buying from in the southwest. The same thing in the middle belt, Yosha, and Co. Where are you taking your people to? Where are you taking them to? In this kind of a setting, under which constitution will that election and the governance that will follow from it happen? Let us listen to ourselves down. But most importantly, let it be sounded clearly to everybody concerned, including those from the caliphate side. There's no Nigeria anybody is going to find to govern the day after 2023 election. We have a whole year to go and sort out the terms of our union. If we choose not to, and we go by brigandage, like we saw Mahmoud and Mongono talking about how everybody must come to that, even if the house is on fire, election will be. That is the desperation that is. They want to seize this land by dragging you to that corridor where they can do the finishing. It is your choice to stand up and take your land now that it is free to be taken. If you are not taking it, the ones in the forest who came from Mali and Senegal are going to take it. Then it becomes a tougher task for you to recover from them. It's easier to recover now that we have defeated the title deed by which those who are holding it now are holding it. I think we can stop there.
Yep. My sister said if you are a chicken with hard hearing or hard ears, you will end up now egusi soup or bono soup, one of those. So, and like she said, you can no longer claim ignorance. Oh, I didn't know. But you went to all your Bible sections and went to all your whatever they are doing out there. But when it comes to what's going on in your life, you don't know, and you're okay with it. Are you giving birth to children? You're planning for the future, and you're okay with that kind of information. You can no longer tolerate that. You know what to do. The website is there for you to go and learn. The videos are definitely there for you to go and watch. The phone call or the phone number is there for you to call if you're not a reader, you're not a watcher, right? Because sometimes you find those things boring because it's not about fashion. Have you called on the phone to see what role can you play to end this madness once and for all? There is a template on the table. I will post the link to the Nina's website. Since I continue, let me find this video.
So you have heard it all, my people. My people will say, you heard it. You started with us from the beginning of this show to the end. We followed it so that it will make sense to you, breaking down everything so that Nina's proposition will make sense to you. While we said that you should dress back on your ancestral land, in your own land, and begin to claim it so that we don't cause confusion amongst ourselves. So we have a final message to the church. The church, the black church, has now become a liability to us.
Serious one.
Don't lie about it anymore. We have lied to ourselves. We have allowed the pastors and the priests deceive us and lie to us. Today they will say it's Roman Catholic. Tomorrow it will be Anglican. Then they will bring Pentecostal. Then they will begin evangelical. Then they will get like it's the same thing happening. The same corrupted version of the good news. Because the good news that came was good news for liberation, self-determination. If you read that Old Testament, it's about a people and the land. That the people own the land and they are meant to thrive on the land. But that's not what we're seeing. The colonial monsters will not let that happen. The bullies will not let that happen. And you know the people that are using the church, religion, the priests, the pastors, the bishops, the popes, because they are agents in the hands of the colonial monsters. Even when they deny it, they will know. By their fruit you shall know them. Their wickedness is not here. What they brought to our land is divide and conquer. In a family that we're supposed to be worshiping the same God, we are fighting ourselves. In a community that we're supposed to be together, in the world where we're supposed to worship the same God and be happy. Shibi is one God that created the whole universe. Why are we killing ourselves? Why are humanity killing themselves? One say I'm Muslim, this one say I'm Anglican, this one say I'm Roman. chaos everywhere. We are saying this is now a liability, and we are planning to move. And for us to move, like one of my children said, you can't carry dead wood as you want to fly. You can't do. You have to drop all heavy weights that is besetting you. Drop it so that we can take this bold step and restore the ancestral homelands. Go ahead, please, my sister.
In my opinion, religion takes three things from Black people we cannot afford to waste: too much of our time, too much of our money, and too much of our hope and energy. The reason why governments are not afraid of Black religion anymore, because Black religion protects the government by evangelizing oppression as if it's coming from God and not the white man. In other words, we got to wait on God to fix our problems as opposed to rising up against the white power structure and crushing it. How many Black preachers can we say in Toronto right now or Montreal right now? How many pastors can you look to that are fighting against the miseducation system in Canada, fighting against the mass incarceration? It's almost like here in America. Look at the major problems we have in Canada. Show me a Black church that's at the forefront, not participating, because anybody could go to a meeting. Anybody could join a march. Anybody could show up to a press conference. Show me a church that's at the forefront. I'm the leader. We're going to fix these schools. I'm the leader. We're going to get economic justice. You can't find them, just like we can't find them here, just like you can't find them in Africa. Yeah. The Black church is no longer a vanguard organization. It is a parasite. It is a spiritual parasite until it goes back to its traditional role. Remember now, historically, we fought the KKK through the church. We got jobs through the church. We buried our dead through the church. Life insurance through the church. The Black church was the Walmart of the Black community. Whatever you needed, they had it. What happened to that? The Black church is now serving itself. It's no longer serving. In my opinion,
it's no longer serving our purpose. It never served our purpose anyway, at least in Africa standpoint. We are so done with them. We are so done. It's like a dead wood that we must drop. They are no longer needed. They are no. Trump will say, in short, you're fired.
Yes, they're so useless. Like they are so useless. Like in Stieshi is even more useful.
We have fired you guys. We are done.
Fired.
And then it makes you wonder, what kind of God would you be praying to for 50 years and nothing changes? So God didn't take it again. God wants
100 of years is 50.
I'm going by age now. Oh God didn't take it or God now goof. Is he smoking weed? I mean, is the God? Where is this goddamn God that will be calling you for all these years? You have not done to.
Is that the enemy is getting stronger and getting bolder?
We pray for whoever to die. They will fly to France and come back fresher. Can you stop? That means we have to do this work. Nobody's coming.
Right. The worst one is one they call Kama. That one is
it's not even a beach. The Kama is stupid. He's on crack.
It's better than Kama.
We need
Kama will catch the politicians. No, we're not waiting for Kama. We are not waiting for anything like that. We are taking action. We move. That's
no more. Yes. Yoga. Internalizing all their pain, waiting for something to come from heaven to take it out.
Take action. That's what our ancestors do. Our ancestors take action and listen to the action, so they take the right action.
Yeah,
we take action.
So we are not doing
that. Who they Zuzu? Ha, baffle from there. Arrant nonsense.
Brothers and sisters, we are back to normal. Please have a wonderful day.
Yes.
Please have a wonderful day. This is too much. We want so much more for our people, and we're here running around criminals calling themselves men of whoever. Please, we are done with that nonsense. We are not waiting for anybody to come and save us. Nobody's going to do. It's waiting for you to do. You have to must make the right moves.
Yes.
If you don't make the right moves, you will go down. Yep. Survival of the fittest, I am wrong. Nonsense.
Yes.
Until next week, brothers and sisters, remain safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.